Guys, welcome back to another episode here at FullThrottleHouston.com. We are having our fourth episode, and as you guys know, I always have special guests here. Joining us today is Mr. Anthony Alako. What's up? You are the owner-operator of H-Town United, one of the hottest growing pages right now on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Man, tell us a little bit about what you do. For the guys that don't follow you yet on any of those social media platforms, like what do you do? How did you get started? Let's hear the story.
So basically, man, I started recording videos on MLK, doing a lot of slab videos. So basically, I went from there. Then I said, "Well, can I use my platform to kind of help people get out there in Houston?"
Okay.
So I started promoting people's Instagram, like their businesses, like entrepreneurs, like if they have their own clothing line, pop them stuff like that. I just retag them on the story and then repost their stuff on Instagram.
Now, when you do that, what feedback do you get from those other business owners? What have you heard so far? How does that help develop your brand? Because what your brand is all about, from what I know, because I've known you for some years now. We're going on 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years.
Man, it's about really helping another business get to the next step in this culture, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you do slabs, you do lowriders, you do pop-up shops, you do sneaker stuff, you do hat stuff. I've seen you do it all, right?
Yeah.
So what is it that really draws people to you, and why?
Well, I do it because a lot of people, they got their own business. They got a lot of stuff to do. So a lot of people don't really promote them. So not trying to step on nobody's toes or anything like that. People do charge to promote.
Yeah.
And since I'm from Houston, born and raised, I felt like if I can use my platform to kind of give them a voice, even if it's like reaching out 1, 2, or 5 people, it helps them get out there a little bit more.
Right.
Just trying to show love to people that do it in Houston.
I see. So, man, I've heard you drop a few different people. I've seen you work with a lot of different organizations so far. What do you feel has been the biggest contributor to your success so far?
Oh man, it's a lot, man. One of them being you when when helping you out, going out there to was that addictive
The Addictive Habits shows?
Yeah, you doing your stuff with the videos and stuff like that. So that kind of inspired me to kind of get out there and start shooting the slab videos, and then doing the low riders, and then the pop-ups stuff like that. So you kind of inspired me, and plus just to drop a couple names out there, like H-Town Shooter, who else? JM Videos. There's a couple other people on Instagram that I follow that kind of inspired me to get more out there too.
Man, that's awesome. That's very cool. So content creators, guys, if you guys are watching right now, don't be afraid to reach out. Connect with the people that you love their artwork, that you love their vision, you love what they're creating, and try to collaborate with them. I think a lot of times we lose sight of we're all still human. We're all still have our own agenda and our plan in front of us, but there's nothing wrong with reaching out and touching a friend. If you don't know somebody, reach out and meet somebody. So, man, that reminds me of a DJ that actually taught me that right there. So, big shout out to that guy. You know who you are. So what is what do you have going on right now in the future of H-Town United? What are you working on right now?
Oh man, right now I'm trying to get shirts made, just to kind of promote my Instagram, to kind of bring everybody together, like something that would show everybody, that I support everybody, to just kind of bring like that unity with, if they come to my Instagram or something like that, they can network with each other, talk to each other, like just kind of find everybody out there that's doing different things. So like saying, if you're looking for somebody that does pop trunks, I got somebody I follow there that does pop trunks. If you don't know nobody, Pete Bass 713, he's on Instagram. You can kind of find him if you need somebody to do pop trunks.
Okay.
Man, people that do candy paint, you need somebody to do candy paint, I follow them too. So just kind of get everybody out there and just trying to get them shirts to kind of have everybody come together just to support that brand.
So you're actually a really multi-talented person as well. I mean, we haven't even talked about this yet on the show, but you wrap vehicles, like, I'm talking like all kinds of cars, bikes. I've seen you do it all. We've known each other now 5 years, and I've seen you start a business doing that. What's that like as an entrepreneur in wrapping vehicles? What would you say some advice would be when getting started with that?
Oh man, I would just say, man, if you're trying to get started with something, trying to be an entrepreneur, man, just get out there, like, and just do it. Like, don't be afraid to do something out of your comfort zone, because I feel like anything out of your comfort zone will kind of push you to be better, be great. Get confident to do something. And like me rapping cars, man, it's I learned on my own. So watching YouTube videos and stuff like that. You know, I get out there and still do it, but there's still a lot there for me to learn. But it's something that you gotta love to do.
Yeah.
It's very
It's tedious work.
Yeah, it's very
very
tedious
time
work.
consuming.
Yeah.
You know, I know people are like, man, I need you to do my charger. I've seen it because I've seen them come to you when we were working together, and they'll be like, man, I need it back in 2 days, and you're like, hey, bud, that's gonna take a week.
Yeah.
You know, like you want to take the doors off, you want to do the windows. Yeah. I need a week with your car. You're gonna need to get a rental car. I know we've talked about us doing my car, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get a rental car. You know, what kind of badass whip am I gonna rent for that 5 days? You know, like, am I gonna really like treat myself? Well, and then when I come back, I got something even doper. You know,
Go out there and rent you a Lambo, man, for a week.
Ooh, I don't know if I could do a Lambo. I wreck way too much, man. Come back, the front end of that car would be all gone.
Yeah.
Back rims hit because I'm hitting curbs. Like, it's bad. I'm the worst driver ever on the planet.
Oh, yeah.
So I got to have full coverage insurance, even on a car I own. On my bikes, full coverage.
Yeah.
Because I'm that guy. They used to call me Crash Bandicoot at the dealership, guys. We're at one right now, fullthrottlehouston.com. Haven't done it here yet. So keep my fingers crossed, knock on wood, whatever I got to do to keep my driving record clean while I'm here at this location. And man, that's super exciting. So we follow the slabs on MLK. I know there's been some recent things that have happened that have shifted it from MLK to Reed Road. They're driving in different locations. It's not the same place every weekend right now because we've had some scuffle bugs. We'll call them scuffle bugs out there in the scene. But what does that do for the younger community that watches these things? Because I remember growing up pointing at cars and being like, oh, I want one of those. One day I'll have that. Or, man, I would love to have a vehicle like that. What I got from all that was I got to be doing what I do now today.
Yeah.
You know, I chased my passion, turned it into a profession.
Yeah.
What do you think that does for those kids that are growing up on MLK Boulevard, on Reed Road, in Sunnyside? How do you think it influences them?
Oh, man, it's a big influence, man. I feel like it just got to be a little bit more calmer now. Like, just go out there because, man, Slab Sundays, man, it's something that where you can bring your car out, man, clean it, shine it up, and have everybody see your car because those cars cost a lot of money. And it's basically like the passion that they put in those cars. You know, it's swingers are not just a rim; it's a culture here in Houston.
Right.
So like if you're born and raised in Houston, everybody knows what the slab is, and even me growing up, that's like it's like when you see a Bentley. You see a Bentley, you're like, oh shit, like a Bentley, like but. Here in Houston, you see a slab, man. It's a head turner. It's a different type of feeling when you riding in a slab, or like if you saying you get out of work, you have a bad day, you hop in the slab, turn on the radio, drop the top, and it's like you just round through the city of Houston and like no worries in the world.
Yeah. So when I see a Bentley, a Lamborghini, a Koenigsegg, first thing I think of, oh, that might be a rental.
Yeah.
Right? Just because that's the culture we're in nowadays, right?
Yeah.
But when I see a slab, that's that person's car.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. That's their car. You could talk to them about it. They're going to tell you their love, the hates of owning a very old vehicle that you turn into a slab.
Yeah.
And then there's the new age cars that they turn into slabs too, right?
Yeah.
So tell us, is there like right now, I know we've had this conversation before. We were talking about the length of the swingers, right?
Yeah.
15 inches, 20 inches.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they're getting really big out there. Yeah. Before, it used to be like 8-inch pokers, and it wasn't too bad. Now we're 15, 20 inches. What's the whole theory on that? Like, tell me a little bit about that.
A lot of people that are not from Houston, like saying they moved from California, come to Houston, and they don't really know what swingers are.
Yeah.
Back in the 90s, swingers used the first rim was a 30 spoke, and they were made by Krager.
Okay.
Back in the 90s, you couldn't really ride around Houston because you would get robbed for them because they were so rare to get. They came on 83 and 84 Cadillacs.
I see.
Thanks to Texas Wild Wheel, they manufactured rims that, they were easier to get. And then now they made them longer. Now, the longer they are, the more money you get, the more money they are.
Right.
So
right.
when you see people riding on like G20s, G24s, G26s, they got the money to buy them because they got the rims alone are just a pretty price tag.
Yeah.
And you got the tires, the Vogue tires that go with it. So it's a big problem.
What's the problem? What does the slab consist of? I see candy paint. I see swingers. I see a pop trunk. Do they have to do the interior? I've always seen them done with the interior. I mean, it looks like the whole car has been touched at the end of this process, but is there like stages to it? Like,
Yeah,
you know, because there's like
definitely.
car clubs, right? Car
Yeah.
clubs, Jeep clubs, and all these different clubs. And everybody's like, oh, there's stages to this, right?
Yeah.
Start with this, then you go to this, then you go to that. What do you feel is like the first step everybody's got to do?
Oh man, I think if you're trying to build a slab, the first step you got to hit the motor. You got to make sure the thing is running. A1, yeah.
Don't want to break down with the
yeah,
car
yeah.
like
You
that,
don't want
right?
to break
Don't
down
wanna
with the car.
be in the parade and be like pulled off to the edge,
Yeah,
right?
you don't want to. You don't want to have. You don't want to have $10,000 rims and then you broke down on the side of the road.
right.
But yeah, it's the first thing you touch the motor, then you go to the insides, to the leather seats, to the dash, everything. You touch everything on the inside. Then you go to the candy paint, music, pop trunk, and all that. And then what's really considered a slab is more old school. You know,
Okay,
more
older.
older Cadillacs. Rivieras, stuff like that, Buicks, more in the 80s.
In the 80s
Yeah,
models?
yeah.
Okay. Man, where they had them big bodies, right?
Yeah.
Square box Chevys,
Oh,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Okay.
No, not knocking nobody that gets like the newer cars, you know, because man, there's quite a few people that have the newer slabs. Like, man, this one that I follow, man, his slab is sick. It's a newer Cadillac. His name is Randy the Don. He got a candy green Cadillac with some G24s on there with the pop trunk, everything touched on there, from the motor to the paint, interior, all that. So he did it right.
Nice. So I saw the other day, I know we were on the phone when I said I saw this about I saw a Dodge Challenger, which is the 2-door sports car.
Yeah.
With swingers on it. And I was like, whoa. I never seen a fast car with swingers on it.
Yeah.
Right? So that was like a new one for me. Is that something new coming into the slab community? Is that
Yeah. I think it's a newer generation
Okay.
that you know they put swingers on Challengers, or you know the newer model cars.
we saw a Tesla truck, a Cybertruck is going viral right now.
Oh yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Because he's got swingers on his.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, I'm not saying do it, but you can do it to all vehicles, right? Electric, gas, whatever. Really excited to see how everything goes in the next few months, because I'm going to be spending some more time with you out there on
Yeah.
Slab Sundays.
Yeah.
I made a commitment to that. So I want to kind of be out there. I want to see what that's going on and
Yeah.
how we can interact with the community and do something from FullThrottleHouston.com's perspective and give something back to as well, right?
Oh,
You know, we
yeah.
we're going to focus on providing entertainment, things of that nature. Maybe we can help and co-host something with somebody out there in the industry. So, guys, if you're in the slab community and you're watching this and you guys want to reach out, please send me a DM, hit me in the comments, or you can reach out to Anthony at H-Town United, and we can set something together. I look forward to creating pop-ups here in the future with you guys and the community, and actually give back, not just take. So that's what we do here at FullThrottleHouston.com. So, Anthony, man, thanks for joining us today. I really appreciate it. Do you got any shout-outs you want to give to H-Town?
Oh man, if y'all want to follow, want to get some custom rugs done, go hit up Drip City Rugs, and on Instagram, Drip City Rugs.
Okay.
That'll get y'all right with the rugs and everything, all the custom rugs, anything that y'all got going, like that y'all got to think of, that'll make it and bring it to life for y'all.
Awesome. Who are some of the other people that you want to go ahead and drop? That's only one.
Oh
who else
man,
you got?
there's a lot, man. Just off the top of my head, like I said, H-Town Shooter, he does the videos. He does a lot. He does a lot of the slab videos.
Does
So
he?
big
Okay.
shout out to him, because his videos, man, come out like movies. So he's another one that inspired me to kind of get out there to try to shoot and
Okay.
get a better camera to shoot the slab stuff on there. Like I said, Pete Bass. He's on Instagram too, Pete Bass 713. He does all the pop trunks in Houston. He's another one that be killing it on the pop trunks too.
Awesome.
Who else is there? I'm trying to think.
Who's the audio guy? Who's the people that put the beat in the pop trunk? So that's him.
Yeah. Pete
Okay.
Bass
Pete
713. He's the one that does the audio, the pop trunks, top lids, bottom lids, neon lights, anything in that sense if you want to do your pop trunk.
Got it.
Yeah, and then I think it's the Perfect Drip. He does the candy paint too.
Okay.
So if you need anybody to do candy paint or any stuff like that, y'all can hit him up on Instagram.
Awesome, guys. Well, you guys heard it right here with us here with H-Town United. Real excited to have them out. Again, thank you, Anthony, for coming out. We're here at FullThrottleHouston.com, and we look forward to catching you on the next episode. Press out.